Welcome, gang. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Happy Valentine's Day to my favorite Valentines. I'm sorry we can't spend it together, but I hope you enjoyed the little treat I gave you yesterday. So today, since I'm not here, what you're going to do is first you're going to get the index card and you're going to copy these rules because we are still doing similar polygons. And we're doing proportions with similar polygons and how the sides and things match up. So today we're going to do angle bisector and we're going to do parallel lines. If you notice the angle bisector rule, it is a segment that divides an angle into two congruent angles. And the sides, it actually divides it into two similar triangles. So you can put this side A over B equals C over D. There's many variations of this to make the proportion A over B equals C over D. You could do A over C equals B over D, or backwards, B over A equals D over C. I'll just stick with this one. Just make sure when you cross multiply, it's B times C. These two multiplied equals these two multiplied. All right, and the second rule we're going to do is parallel sides. The parallel lines, excuse me. When you see you have three or more parallel lines and two transversals, you can be split into similar parts. So I could put Q over R equals S over T. What are we referring to? We're referring to the section Q. That section between the lines, as I'm going to call this segment Q. Over R, that space, equals S over T. Or I could go across, Q over S equals R over T. Pick one of these rules and memorize it. Don't write them both down, just pick one and stick with it, all right? So it doesn't get all jumbled in your head. Good. So now that you've copied that down, let's do some problems together and keep this handy so you can go back to it. As you notice, numbers 1 through 4 are the angle bisector rule. So let's see how we would set these up. Well, I notice it's an angle bisector, so 8 can go over 4 will equal 10 over x. Voila, there is my proportion. You do means extremes or cross multiply to solve. 8x is 40, x is 5. 8 over 4, the same as 10 over 5, yes. Here, I have the same thing going on. You can turn your paper if you want, so it looks like what we just saw, like on your index card. 6 over 4 equals 9 over x. I'll turn it back. 6 over 4 equals 9 over x. Remember, you could do 9 over 6 equals x over 4. There's a few that you can do. Cross multiply, 6x is 36, x is 6. The third one, you can do 2x over 16 or equals 7.5 over 12, or you can turn it around and make it 16 over 2x equals 12 over 7.5. It doesn't matter. 2x over 16 equals 7.5 over 12. Just don't do 2x over 12. You can't crisscross. Cross multiply, 24x equals, need my handy dandy calculator for this one. It would be 7.5 times 16 is 120. And then you would take that 120 and divide it by 24 and get the answer of 5. And the last one, it looks like 12 would go over 10, and 24 would go over, I don't have this section. So I'm going to put a y in there and just use y. And after I find y, I can add 10 and y together to get x. So cross multiply, 12y equals 240, y is 20. Good job. So now we just applied the angle bisector proportion rule. do those 4 problems. Next up is the parallel line rule. If you notice, these are parallel lines with 2 transversals at least, so their sections are equal and proportion. So the section 6 would go over 3. 6 over 3 would equal x over 9. That's how you would set it up. And you would cross multiply and solve. 3x equals 54. X is 18. Number 6, again the section. 2 over 3 would equal 5 over x. So 2x equals 15. X is 7.5. And the last one, 4 over 8 equals 5 over x. Some of you can do this in your head. X is 10. So in essence, you're just applying the rule we wrote on our index card to these problems because they are split proportionally. So let's do the 2 more at the bottom. You notice this is the angle bisector proportion rule that we just copied on our index card. X would go over 5, and it would equal x plus 6 over 8. Okay? You would cross multiply, 8x equals, and you would have to distribute 5 times x plus 6. 8x equals 5x plus 30. Subtract 5x from each side, 3x equals 30. X is 10. And you can plug it back in and see, does 10 over 5 the same as 16 over 8? It is. In the next one, we do the spaces. 21 over x plus 5 equals 15 over x plus 3. You're going to cross multiply. 21 times x plus 3 equals 15 times x plus 5. Distribute 21x equals, plus 63 equals 15x plus 75. Come on. Here we go. Subtract 15x. 6x is 12, x is 2. Sweet. So 21 over 7 is the same as 15 over 5. It is. It's 3 to 1. Questions? I can't answer them right now. Sorry. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over, and you will see that you have this worksheet to complete. There is also a section on the back to complete. So you are to work on this now. Again, use your index card as a guide. Any questions, just feel free to ask. Another tidbit to remember, the only time you can do E over F is if you separate the triangles. All right? The only time you can do the parallel lines over each other in your overlapping triangles is if you separate them to small over big. All right. Well, have a wonderful Valentine's Day. I am spending mine with 15 little kindergartners. So take care, and I will see you very soon. All right. Bye-bye.